Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be working with my lettuce, broccoli, and tomato plants that I started from seed. They're finally ready to be transplanted out of the seed tray and into containers. So let's get into it. Here's all the seedlings in my seed tray. So I've got quite a few San Marzano tomato plants. There's also some lettuce plants as well as some broccoli plants. And then over here, I've also got a few more broccoli plants in these small containers. Initially, these seedlings were really leggy, so if you saw my vegetable planting video several weeks back where I transplanted my peas and my cucumbers, you saw just how leggy some of these plants were. So I was able to salvage quite a few of them. I replanted the ones that were the most leggy, burying the stems deep, exposing only the leaves just above the soil level, and that did the trick. These plants put on some size, and they're finally ready to be transplanted. I prepped these containers with soil earlier this morning. I decided I'm gonna move all the seedlings into containers until they get more established, and then I might move them directly out into the garden bed, but who knows, I might just keep them as container plants. So as far as the container prep goes, I used regular potting soil, and then I amended the soil with a granular all-purpose slow-release fertilizer. I'm hoping that planting these vegetables in containers will help keep the pests at bay. So the peas and cucumbers that I transplanted out of the seed tray directly into the ground a while back struggled with slugs, hornworms, and squirrels. So I'm hoping that planting in containers where the plants will be above the ground level will be a better approach. I actually transplanted my sugar pod peas out of the garden bed and into these containers last week due to all the pest pressure. So the main problem with the peas was the squirrels. They kept digging around the base of the plants, exposing the roots. So these plants were really struggling. So far since moving them into these containers, it's really helped. You can actually see that they've flowered and they're starting to produce peas. Unfortunately, my cucumbers didn't make it. Along with the squirrels, they succumbed to pressure from the slugs and the hornworms. They also dealt with powdery mildew towards the end. But with that said, I still have some more cucumber seeds and I plan to try again in the spring. All right, so back to my tomatoes, lettuce, and broccoli. Let's get them all planted in the containers. I'll go grab my shovel and we'll get to it. There we go, everything's planted and watered in. I did want to mention that the tomato plants, they are frost sensitive, so planting them in these containers will allow me the ability to bring them indoors later this year if there's risk for frost. The broccoli and lettuce, on the other hand, they like colder temperatures and they'll do just fine outside during the winter months. Another thing I wanted to call out about the tomato plants, so you may have noticed that I planted the tomatoes sideways, bearing a large portion of their stems. So this helps the plants grow really strong root systems. They'll actually develop roots right out of the buried stems. You can actually see here in this video clip, this tomato plant is starting to grow roots out of the stems. So this is a really great technique if you want really strong, healthy tomato plants. So stepping back, you can see all the vegetable plants are looking happy in their new homes. I'm really hoping that this container approach keeps the pests at bay, especially those dang squirrels. And speaking of pests, let me give you a quick update on the blue salvia plant that I treated for an aphid infestation in my front yard in last week's video, and then we'll move to my backyard and I'll give you an update on my carrots. So like I just said, it's been about a week since I cut back and sprayed the salvia plant for a complete aphid infestation. You can see the plant's put on a ton of new growth. It's pushing so many new leaves. I'm completely confident that this salvia is gonna make a full recovery. Give it a few more weeks and it's gonna look just as good as the other 2 salvia plants in my front yard. All right, it's time for the carrot update, so let's head to my backyard so I can show you all the growth. So here's my carrot bed. You can see the plants are looking really good. They've put on quite a bit of size. The pests, including the squirrels, haven't really bothered them, which has been really great. So these carrots are actually a carnival blend. They're supposed to be a variety of colors, including reds, purples, oranges, and yellows. So I'm really looking forward to harvesting them once they're fully mature. Panning over from my carrot bed back over towards the house, you can see I moved my tomatoes, broccoli, lettuce, and pea plants to this nice, sunny, warm location on my back patio. I even squeezed in 2 newly planted pineapples that I propagated from pineapple tops. Overall, I'm absolutely thrilled with all the progress my vegetable plants have made this season, and I can't wait for these plants to continue to grow and mature to their full size. So that's going to do it with today's projects. Let me know in the comments if you've got any fall or winter vegetables growing in your garden. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate your support. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.